Good morning, everyone. It's been a fabulous session already. I'm just going to put it out there. Mark said to me, actually Stephanie said to me this morning, is it basically your thing? Like, do you like doing this kind of stuff? And I'm going to put it out there, no, I don't. So I'm just going to tell you that right now. So having said that, though, I have the privilege and honor to provide the Chief Operating Officer address. And I just want to just share that, just a little bit of my background, because a few know me and a few don't. And I have actually now can say I've been here 6 months in this Chief Operating Officer role. And my background, though, has been 26 years leading and managing in healthcare. Everything from acute care to continuing care. And in that journey, I've learned a lot, I've met a lot of people, and right down to the heart of it, really it comes down to is how do we serve? How do we help the people that are in our care? And I'm so happy to know that in my time, in terms of exploring, that Connecting Care is very much, those are the values of Connecting Care. It's been a bit of a roller coaster ride, I will admit, in the 6 months that I've been here. But I have met an amazing group of people, you, the team that serves it in all our communities, and the people that we interact with in the larger community. So I'd like to share a little bit in terms of what I've discovered in my adventure so far. So in the beginning, I did this thing that most people typically do, is you go, okay, let's go figure out, what's all about this organization. And what I learned is that we are actually in 4 provinces. We're in BC, we're in Alberta, we're in Saskatchewan, and Ontario. And we have over 30 communities that we serve and support. And so everything from independent living all the way to hospice. We have more than 2,000 residents that have chosen us to help them live the best life that they can. And then we have greater than 1,200 partners. So you, our team, who have stepped up and said, I believe in you, I believe in trying to help you live the best life possible. So one of the questions I had for myself is, what sets us apart? What's the differentiator? And one of the key things is the fact that we actually embrace the Eden alternative. As Jill had said earlier, it's all about empowering others, including our residents and employee care partners, to make that environment where people feel that they can be the best that they can be, that they're not feeling lonely and isolated, that they actually have control over their lives. The other piece that I also found that was, I think, a differentiator also, is that Connecting Care is actually CARF accredited. CARF is an international standards organization, and proud to say that Connecting Care is in fact CARF accredited. So in my time here, I have been very impressed by this team. I've seen people come together when they've been faced with a problem or a challenge, and they work together to resolve it. And it's not just done in isolation. I've seen communities, in terms of the care partners, involving and exploring opportunities and solutions with their residents and their families and other loved ones. I have also seen where our home office and communities also trying to work together to resolve some of these challenges. What I think really resonates with me is the fact that we're talking about stronger communities are made of strong teams and people that are willing to work together. And in the words of Paul Ryan, every successful individual knows that his or her achievement depends on a community of persons working together. So I'm going to share actually a video, and I think that it might resonate with you in terms of what you've been experiencing the last 6 months. So while they're figuring that out, I was just going to say that I had the privilege of actually visiting some of our communities. My plan is to actually visit some more, but what I've really gained an appreciation for is not just the communities that we serve, but the challenges that are in those communities, and the solutions that people have been very creative in terms of using to resolve the issues. I think one of the things, though, I did learn is that we have an opportunity to build an even stronger community in terms of the relationship between home office and our broader communities. And so I've been at a couple of places where we've talked about what would make it better. better communication. What does that look like? What are some of the challenges? And actually engaging people in that discussion is huge. And I can say that in my most recent visit, what I came away with is an understanding in terms of the importance of applying the Eden alternative, not just to our residents and our families and within the communities themselves, but to actually bring that even broader, to actually apply those principles in regards to our communities and in terms of home office and how we work together and be part of a strong community. I'm sorry, I'm just going to ask. Any luck?
Yeah, they're working on it.
Okay, thank you.
No, not yet.
So as far as some of the opportunities that have revealed themselves to me, I will say someone said to me, well, how's it going now that you're in this new role? And I had said to them, I said, you know something, it wasn't what I expected, but it is more than what I desired. And so the opportunity to work with an amazing team, to learn and also to contribute has been huge. But if I would say that if someone was to say, well, you know, what would be a tip that you would give someone who's starting a new role in the middle of a pandemic, I would say be flexible, make sure you're kind to yourself, and be kind to others. That whole compassion piece is important. So as part of the work that we're doing right now, as you're probably aware, we are in the midst of getting a community ready, and very proud to say that Diamond Springs, which is located in Redwater, is a brain injury program that we've been so fortunate to be a part of. And our mighty but small team has been very busy the last 5 weeks. Actually longer, I shouldn't say last 5 weeks. We've been busy orienting our care partners in the last 5 weeks, have been very busy getting everything together, making certain that our care partners have the information and the knowledge they need in order to be strong within that community and serve the 12 residents that will be residing there. That we are happy to report that next week, actually, we'll be receiving and welcoming our first resident. It will be a gradual phase in, but we are confident at this point that it will be an amazing program, and our care partners are so just really positive about the opportunity. It will not play. Well, lovely. Okay, so what you would have found in this particular video it was through the National, and what they did was they profiled all the great acts of kindness and caring that in Canada, where people were doing everything from TikTok videos to balcony parties, to having outdoor parties with their neighbors, just to continue to ensure that sense of community. And I'm just going to say that part of the reason why I shared this video is to have you also see that you are part of a movement to ensure that COVID-19 wasn't going to keep us down, that we would still be able to say, hey world, we're here and we're going to continue to be amazing. Okay. So what have you faced? Videos that don't work. I'm just kidding. So we've been through so much, and I'm going to say I know I've been through lots with personally and with my family, but also you. I mean, I think of all the work that you do in our communities and the people that you've been trying to help, the residents that you've been trying to ensure that they're safe but also happy, the families that have expressed frustrations during this pandemic because they have not been able to do what was previously normal. We've had 210 days of pandemic, over 30 chief medical officer of health orders, of which 19 have now been rescinded. What is the significance of that? The significance is that every time there's a new order or every time there's a change, we've had to pivot. We've had to ensure that we've had the information necessary to help support you in the communities, but you in the communities have had to change. You've had new processes, you've had to do other things to make certain that we were compliant. And I want to say thank you for that. In addition, we've dealt with some, some unpleasant things. And one was in regards to the unfounded allegation against PWL's Slave Lake. And we've been very fortunate to say and happy to report that it was unfounded. There have been several audits, and we've been able to demonstrate there was no proof or evidence to what they were alleging. And you've been living through audits upon audits upon audits. What have we achieved? Well, you know something, I've been so impressed by the many Eden moments that you've shared. Those Eden moments weren't just about, you know, let's get our profile out there and everybody just celebrate. It's about making a difference for our residents and the people that live within our communities. We've kept our residents safe and active. And you know, some of the Eden moments I just have been amazed at. Everything, because everybody's been so creative. So everything from, you know, doing chair yoga, doing exercises outside, hallway bingo, who would have thought? iPads. It's an e-pad. iPads, I mean, that was actually technology that we really didn't use a lot of before. And you just, you know, basically embraced it and said, this is one of the ways we're going to ensure that our residents and our families and loved ones are actually able to connect. And you were able to do that. There was the dance videos, the singing videos. It was all those things. And those are the things that make a difference. There was also just engaging our residents and having them help us. So True Eden, right, help us with whether it was screening or cleaning or whatever. They were contributing and making a difference, not only for themselves, but for their fellow residents and their colleagues and other care partners. So what's ahead? Well, we're already in the second wave. We have 3 new communities I'm happy to report. We're all in the planning, and actually a couple of them are ready to go. One is in regards to 3 Robin Stoney Plain. That should be open in November. And then we have PWL Red Deer expansion that is slated to be scheduled to be open in spring. And Drayton Valley will shortly follow. And I'm hoping that I have a video that's going to follow this one. I really hope it works. But it's about what else is ahead. And I'm going to call it Better Days. And this is actually a video that was compiled by One Republic. They had submissions from all over the world, and it was about better days.